Hey, it's AV. I'm going to show you how I made this dome Shadowbox card. I die cut 5 of the largest arches measuring at 3.5 by 5.5 inches from the Nesting Arches die set. I decorated the arches with the Floral Serenade press plate and silver satin hot foil. I glimmered a white sheet of cardstock and die cut butterflies with the Zero Waste Fluttering Fantasies layering die set. I made 4 frames from the arches by die cutting a smaller arch measuring at 2.5 by 4.5 inches, providing a 1/2 inch border. I set the negative spaces aside for now, but will use them on a different project. I scored all frames down the center at 1 3/4 inches. To make this easier, score at 1 3/4 inches, flip frame over and repeat. Fold score lines in half with the pretty sides facing each other. Adhere 1/2 of the arched frame to half of another arched frame. Repeat the same process for the other 2 arched frames. Before I finish the dome, I am going to add a spinner element. I added double-sided tape to the top and bottom of half of the dome, and then I adhered invisible thread down the center. I added liquid adhesive to the frame and then adhered the remaining half of the dome. I assembled 2 matching butterflies and sandwiched them in between the invisible thread with double-sided tape and liquid adhesive to create a spinner. I die cut another larger arch and adhered it to the remaining arch measuring at 3.5 by 5.5 inches for stability. I cut 2 pieces of cardstock to 2 by 3 7/8 and scored them at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. Fold score lines forward, back, forward, back. I adhered the bumpers to the far edges of the card base and adhered the dome to the bumpers. And that is how this card came together. Most of the products I used will be linked in the comments section on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for sticking it out till the end of the video. You've earned yourself a bonus card. I'm going to show you how I created another card using the leftovers from the first card. I die cut 2 smaller arches measuring at 1 3/4 by 3 3/4 inches from 2 of the leftover arches. The card base measures at 3 by 8.5 inches and is scored at 1 3/4 and 2 3/4 on each side. Fold the inner score lines forward and the outer score lines back. I die cut 2 arches measuring at 3 by 5 inches and adhered one to the front of the card base. I shaved a little off of the edge of one of the arches and adhered it to the back of the card base. Then I adhered the arches measuring at 1 3/4 by 3 3/4 inches to the outer wings. I adhered 2 more arches of the same size to the back of the card base for a cleaner look. I adhered one of the leftover arches measuring at 2.5 by 4.5 inches to the center of the card base. I cut down 2 panels to 3/4 inch by 2 3/4 inches from the last arch and adhered them to the side walls. I decorated the card with the butterflies and the Happy Mother's Day sentiment from the Wholehearted Sentiments Mother's Day edition. This card measures at 4.5 by 5 inches and will fit into an A2 envelope. My finished card measures at 6 1/4 by 5 inches due to the overhang of the butterflies and will fit into a 6-bar envelope. And that is how these cards came together. Most of the products I use will be linked in the comments section of Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.